2 weeks ago, Peloton had their annual Homecoming event, and it was chock full of brand new features and themed scenic rides for both the Bike, Bike Plus, and the Tread series. I've had 2 weeks to play with all of these new features, and quite frankly, I think there is something for everyone here. Hello everybody, my name is Robert, and this is Review Clue. Now, I am going to have to address this, but just after the Homecoming event, Peloton had quite a lot of trouble with their Tread Plus and Tread devices, to the point where they have been recalled worldwide. If you do have one, then Peloton and myself highly recommend that you get in contact with them for a full refund to take it back, because quite frankly, the Tread Plus is dangerous, and sadly it did lead to a child's death. So if you do own one of these devices, even if it is the normal Tread, there are some issues with the screen falling off and breaking people's feet. So if you do own a Tread or Tread Plus device, then please do get in contact with Peloton. They will refund you fully, and there's a little more information on the website, and I'll leave a link in the description for that. In my eyes, Scenic Rides were something that I just avoided on the Bike, Bike Plus and Tread, purely because they really weren't my style. I find that I need to be motivated in order to ride, be that through the music choice, or even an instructor telling me what to do, how fast to go, and where to go. Now, Scenic Rides never really had that. They were simply just static video rides that didn't move along with you and, quite frankly, had crap music choice. But with the new update, that has all changed. Scenic Rides are now split up into 3 main categories. There is the time-based ones, which is pretty much what we're used to. These are the 10, 20, 30 or more minute rides. These are just videos that you ride along to. The music is still just as bad as it was before, so if you liked those rides, they are still there for you to take at any point. But we do have 2 new styles of ride. First is the distance-based, and I quite like these. The key difference with the distance-based ones is the video actually changes based upon how fast or how hard you're working. The faster you're pedaling, the faster that video will go, and it's a really cool feature. You can see along the side of the screen just how far you've got towards your 5 or 10k goal. That's all there is at the moment, 5 and 10k. But I found it was a great way to push myself to find out just how quickly I can complete that 5 or 10k distance. And with my 10k ride being just under 10 minutes, I'm pretty proud of that. And over time, I can see this as a great way of benchmarking just how far I've come with Peloton. But I think the best rides that have come out of this are the new guided rides. These are scenic rides that are actually led by the instructors. Peloton flew out these instructors to different parts of America. So right now, there is one in Big Sur, one in Hawaii, and one somewhere else. But each ride is just as fun as the last. The instructors really do make Peloton, and I think it's what I love about it so much. They always have a fun story or a joke to tell to keep me motivated and want me to come back and push as hard as I can. So these are, quite simply, just fun rides. You've got the beautiful backdrops of wherever you are with that instructor pushing you and telling you where you should be in terms of your cadence and resistance to give you a fully rounded workout wherever you are. And I've done all 3 of these rides, and I genuinely loved them so much, and I really do hope that in the future Peloton brings this out to the rest of the world as well. I'd love to get some Germany rides and maybe even some UK rides. Imagine riding through the Lake District with your favourite UK Peloton instructor on the bike. I can't wait for this, and I think it's actually going to replace my days off. Normally when I take a day off or when I take a chilled day, I'll do a more low impact ride, but now I'm going to go to these rides because these are just as fun, but still challenging enough to keep me on my toes. Strive Score is a fun, personal and non-competitive way to measure your workouts. Think of these as like the rings on your Apple Watch. Depending on how hard you are pushing in your heart rate zones, your Strive Score will go up in 2, 4 or 8 times intervals. The goal is to give you an easy way to compare just how hard you worked wherever you are, be that the bike, the tread, or some strength exercises on the floor. You've got a nice score there that can be across the board for just how hard you worked during that workout. you will need to connect up some kind of heart rate monitor for this. So you can connect up your Apple Watch if you have a Bike Plus or a Tread Plus device, but if you don't, any heart rate monitor that has Bluetooth will do. Normally you get one of these with the Peloton anyway, so if you have it, this Strive score will start to work immediately. Personally, I think the Strive score is great. I've really enjoyed using it and just learning a little bit more about my cardio during each of these different kinds of workouts. For example, my heart rate doesn't get up as high while I'm doing these strength or even cardio-based workouts. If I'm on the bike, my heart rate is a lot higher. And what it does is it helps me just understand a little bit more and push to get those Strive scores as high as I can, being the best me that I can be. Now is a great time for me to say that if you are enjoying this video, then please do consider going down below, hitting that subscribe button, smashing that bell notification icon so you get notified every time I upload. I've got a ton of new content coming out and I'm really excited to share it with you all. I've got a few ideas that I want to try and get out to you guys and see what you think, because I'm really excited about them and I think you will be as well. One thing Strive Score is not meant to do is push you past your limits though. And that's why Peloton put those last 2 heart rate zones as the same times. So you've got 8 times for those 2 last zones. The main reason for that is because every workout you do, you don't want to be pushing as hard or the furthest you can. Sometimes being in that 3rd zone is enough. Programs 2.0 is exactly that, a revamp of the programs that are inside Peloton. So if you'll remember rightly, Peloton had these programs for a while. These are just blocks of different exercises that you would complete over a set period of time, be that a month or maybe even a couple of weeks. I took on a couple of these, including the strength one, and I found it pretty cool. But programs have been changed and not everyone likes them. Peloton will suggest to you which days it thinks you should do each of these workouts, and each one is locked until you can complete the one before it. What this does mean is some of Peloton's back library is completely locked behind these programs. There is no way for you to access this content outside of a program. Peloton says this is a way to motivate you to keep pushing and keep hitting those goals, but quite frankly, I find this a little bit annoying. Sometimes some of the exercises that I want to do will be locked behind a program and I have to go through that program to actually unlock that particular class that I want to complete. There's a new scoreboard feature and also a better way for you to track your progress throughout these programs, and obviously there's badges, so if you love your badges you can go back and complete all of these programs for a new badge for every program that you complete. We do of course get that fun progress bar along the top whenever you're doing one of these programs, and that just helps to keep you motivated and in line. And I think this is really cool, though I do wish all of these programs weren't locked behind. I understand why they did it, because it's a way to help motivate you to continue. But even to be able to opt in for these program features and opt out if you just want to take the rides or the strength classes whenever you want to. That is a really quick roundup of exactly what Peloton released at this homecoming event. There were a couple of other smaller features that I'm not going to talk about here, mainly because they're tread related and they are, again, not actually producing the tread anymore for obvious safety reasons. Did you enjoy this video? I know it's something a little bit different to what I normally do, but I wanted to just relay some of this news and give my feedback on some of these different aspects of the Peloton. Let me know in the comment section down below if you plan on getting a Peloton, or if you already have one, which of these features did you find most useful? My name's been Robert, this has been Review Clue, and I will catch you in the next one. Adios.
Made it this far, why not watch more Review Clue content by clicking one of the 2 videos on your screen right now. Go on, you know you want to. It's a really good video, the one on the left, but so is the one on the right. Which one are you going to choose? Let me know.